So in this video I want to make it clear, I want to outline why it is super necessary to find a specific work, a specific domain in which you should invest your efforts. Why this is important? Because there are millions of people who are lucky enough to work on the domain they love, on the domain which is fulfilling, and they are not really needy. They do not need this work for survival, but they can invest their life doing it, and that's why they're happy. And we will explore how to get there and how to achieve this happy lifestyle. So why it is a problem really? If you don't find the domain in which you should invest your efforts in, some other person will surely find it for you. And this is such a strong topic to speak on, because if you do not have a vision of a person you want to become, you will end up working for someone else. And I do not say that working for someone else is a bad thing. What I say is that you will not work for you. You will contribute towards the realization not of your purpose, but of the purpose of another individual. This is why you definitely should know in which direction you should invest your effort, you should focus on. Another very important thing to consider is that you may have a general idea. You may have general preconceptions what you want to do in this life, what you want to become. But the problem here is that if they are not focused enough, you could end up doing a bunch of activities which do not really serve your purpose. So what am I talking about here? Take my example. I was working out pretty much, I wouldn't say every day, but I was going to the gym 3 times a week. I was working towards achieving a great physique, and this is what I achieved. It is pretty nice so far, but why is this a problem? Because when I started working towards the realization of my goal, towards my inner development, and what do I mean by this is that the goals which really interest me, right? So I remain true to myself. And we will talk about this in a second and why this is important. So going to the gym really, I wouldn't say it wasted my time, but I could have invested my time in the domains which are more important for me. I was doing the gym activities because I didn't know what else should I do in this life. And this is a crucial problem, because you may feel that it's productive and so on and so forth, but the gains are marginal. You've achieved a nice physique and you go to the gym just because it feels productive, but it is not the thing which you want to accomplish really. Because right now I'm working on my goals and my physique is great pretty much, but the fact that I achieved before was in excess, because I cannot really sustain working out as much as I did before. So why should you invest your powers into the domains which are more productive, which will serve you more interest, and how to find them? So we understood why this is important. We understood what are the consequences of the problem. And now I want you to understand how to get to it. In order to understand this, I want you to imagine three very actually different people. Take a look at Ed Sheeran, Donald Trump, and Will Smith. Can you imagine these people performing every day, acting in the domain which they have been specialized on out of a need? Just because they're paid, or just because for their survival? It's really impossible to think about this. They like the domain in which they're performing, and they dedicated their life towards it. Why this is important? Because this is a self-fueling activity. The activity, the path, the realization which you will achieve will be self-fulfilling. You will gain energy simply just because you are performing in the domain you are activating, actually. And I can't really imagine what is more brilliant than doing the thing you love doing. Very great. So now let's talk about how to achieve this. In order to get to know in what domain you should really invest, first of all, I want to outline that a video which I made a little bit before is on the clarity of ideas, on how to get good ideas, and you may consider watching it in order to enhance the quality of the process, of which we will talk in a bit, because it's of tremendous importance. And this thinking process, these ideas which you will get, will be more qualitative, of course, and I highly recommend actually watching this video before. So what am I talking about really? I'm talking about the process of visualization, of trying to understand what your path should look like, what your utmost purpose should look like, and in which domain should you work on in order to be happy, to like the thing which you will be doing. If you would close your eyes, imagine a dark environment, like completely dark. Then imagine a picture of your life, a picture of the environment which you would love to live in. Now imagine the activities. So we're not talking about the job, we're not talking about things that you need to do, but just your preferences, the things which you would love doing if everything were possible. Imagine yourself the activities which you're going through, from the process of waking up. How should you wake up? With whom should we wake up? Where should we wake up? Down to the really small details, how you enjoy your day, what are the things you do, and so on and so forth. After you've done this, ask yourself, what will be the job, the domain, the occupation which made all these things possible? And now it is very important to let your heart speak for you. You will get all the logical things further down the road on how to achieve it, but let your heart speak for you. What is the real domain? What is the real occupation you should have been performing in order to achieve all these things? On which occupation would this environment be based on? And I hope you really understood what your domain should look like, what your occupations should look like, because now you know in which direction to invest. Alternatively, we could put it in this way, we could put it more simple. If you had 2 hours a week, just 2 hours a week, to do every activity you would love be doing in order to feel fulfilled, in order to contribute towards the benefit of other people, what would this activity look like? Thank you very much for listening to me today, and I hope I make you understood why this occupation is so important, why you should realize yourself, and undoubtedly you know how beautiful it is to live a fulfilling life. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope this video was helpful. Let me know down in the comments if you have any other suggestions and so on and so forth. I hope I helped you today. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.